Are they going to have a location where someone could get injured and hurt? Are they, a doctor and they're going to commit malpractice? Or, an attorney who's going to commit malpractice? I'm going to hit on the doctors. Are they going to have other employees where the employees could subject them to some liability that the corporation that they may want to separate from themselves? Will the employees be providing services or entering into contracts and agreements? Does the company have multiple owners? Because the default, if you don't have a corporation or an LLC formed, if you have multiple owners, is partnership. Well, that means that whatever your partner does, you're liable for. Whatever you do, they also get to pay for. That may not be the best scenario. Not all companies need to form an LLC or a corporation. I have on occasion advised clients that they could wait. Typically, those clients are going to be your small consulting company where it's just the one person and it's just their services. They have no location. They do things either at their clients' offices or other things. It's not a professional and they have no employees. But even those folks every once in a while run into a situation where whoever they're contracting with wants them to be a company or an LLC or a corporation. A lot of the banks have gone to sort of farming out the work to independent contractors. And whenever a company is doing something with an independent contractor, they can protect themselves by asking those independent contractors to be corporations or LLCs. The reason for that is then that's one more of the factors that says that person's not an employee. So they get out of the unemployment tax, they get out of all of the employment benefits, and they don't have to provide workers' comp for that person or anybody that they hire. I've even had one client one of her clients has sent her an agreement, and it was saying that she was a company and that she had workers' comp, all of these things that she doesn't have. So I had to tell her that either she was going to need to figure out what the cost of complying with that was versus the cost or the risk of losing this client. She went back to them and took my long list of why their agreement didn't apply to her and was able to negotiate that situation because they really wanted to work with her. That's not always going to be the situation, and sometimes they're going to have to create an LLC or corporation. Yes?
So, HR, what happens if in a situation where you have a sole proprietorship, but through that sole proprietorship you're engaging with independent agents, 1099 type of situation, and one of those independent contractors does something while interfacing with a client of the proprietorship? What does that liability look like?
100%. Your home.
If they are an agent of the company, and they probably are, then they can probably subject the company to liability. In this case, it's a sole proprietorship. So unless your company owner is
spared.
yeah, you can probably keep your children because they're liabilities.